Football on that 47-yard line, first down. Young working from the gun. That's complete to Lee Gens. And they make the tackle at the 38. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Okay, ready?
New set of downs for him at the 38. Sticking to the air, it's Young. Lee Gens got it. And they take him down right along the 30.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. On the third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
On the set.
2nd and 3 now. Receiver in motion, headed right. Rush coming for Young. Throws there for Jatavion Sanders. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Carolina. The Panthers take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. So a touchdown on the board for them, Brock, as they start this game off a perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
Yeah, I'm going to call that scripting for success right there. Can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you script these first plays, you don't always know who the targets are going to be. It's really then relying upon what the defense is trying to take away. They couldn't take away that big old tight end.
Eddie Pinheiro on now for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Panthers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Here with Bijan Robinson. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Offense to the line for second down. Here's Penix to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, if you couldn't do it.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Seeing some early game planning at work here, Brock. They were quick to attack that throw and break it up.
Yeah, this defense knows the importance this offense places on throwing the ball to their tight ends, and they were ready for it and all over it.
Defense coming off that incompletion needs one more stop here on 4. Trying for it with Penix. He finds him beyond the marker. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. They hit for 16 yards on 4th down, and a drive we all thought had stalled out is going to carry on.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
1st and 10, around to Robinson. And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Here we go, 2nd and 9. Quick slant into the hands of Pitts. And they make the tackle at the 38. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And the Falcons will have a first.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Offense executing early. New set of downs at the 38-yard line. Play clock getting close to 0. We get a timeout. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. Offense executing early. New set of downs at the 38-yard line. Penix on 1st down. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Trying again, following the sack. Short pass brought in. And they get this down to the 28. So that's 1 quarter gone in a battle of NFC South rivals. 7-0 is our score. We'll take a brief pause and head back to Bank of America Stadium after this. Back for our 2nd quarter. It's Falcons football. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. We'll go play action. Here's Penix. Out wide, and it's intercepted. And the Panthers get the football on the first turnover of the contest. I don't know what to be impressed by most, Brock. How effortless he made it look to throw it that deep, or how effortless the cover man made it look to get that far down there and haul in the interception.
How about we just marvel at both of them? You call a deep pass like that again on the next play, it could go to the end zone. But this time, it is a takeaway.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Slot man in motion right. Here's Young on 1st and 10. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Here we go.
They'll send him over right. A 2nd down throw for Young. And he's not quite that fast. Let him just a bit too much. That's incomplete. Not on the same page with his tight end. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive downfield. I love the call. I love pushing the ball down the field. But the windows in the throwing lanes aren't there long. And it only takes a little bit for a throw to be off.
Ready?
On 3rd down, it's Young. Oh, tried forcing it to the slant. It's intercepted. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. Well, no doubt there was some doom and gloom on the sideline following their interception, right? But a little bit of new life now as their defense picks them up, gets it right back for them.
Hey, I am all for a nice little game of one-upmanship between these two defenses. You picked our guy off, fine. We'll answer right away. See how you follow that up.
Penix now on 1st down. Oh, no touchdown. It's intercepted.
Red zone defense. It is a part of the practice week at least twice. Thursdays, Fridays, even tuning it up on Saturdays. Because it's all about protecting in the red zone. And not only protecting points, but taking the ball away, that is a gold star effort by the defense.
They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Set, ready. Slide through.
They motion a receiver left.
Set.
To the air on 1st down, Young. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free, incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And it's going to be 2nd down.
Set, hut. Ready.
Out of the gun, Young. This has been a trend, yet another interception. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. Well, Brock, if you like defense, you are loving what you're seeing right now. Consecutive drives that have ended in interceptions. It's become a real defensive battle.
Well, let's see here, Kate. We got 1, we got 2. Do I hear a 3rd interception in a row? I'll tell you this right now. These defenders, they are squashing that thought. The defenders are offensive guys with bad hands because they're making it happen, taking the ball away.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. That throw behind his intended target. No luck finding his receiver that time. So 2nd down coming up.
Yeah, I know nobody's perfect, and all you have to do is listen to me and how many words I screw up. But you certainly expect those throws of that length to be 100%. They've got to be borderline automatic in this offense.
Oh, no, they get him yet again. And the Panthers get it back after making their 3rd first-half interception. Oh, man, Brock, those other leaders on that sideline, they've got to sit him down and calm him down. 3 consecutive drives now where he's thrown an interception.
Yeah, this defense is just all over him, seeing every throw, anticipating these routes before they're even run. When he's dropping back to throw, and I know this feeling, it's horrible as a quarterback. It feels like there's 20 defenders out there on this defense.
And he'll be brought down along the 25-yard line.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
2nd and 4. He's going to push one deep down the... They connect on the deep shot. To the house. Touchdown, Carolina. The Panthers pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
Pinheiro good on the extra point. And the Panthers double their lead to 14. Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. He'll bring it out from the middle of the end zone. Declines the touchback, Brock, and then he can pay in a big way. He's tackled before he can get to the 20. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Completes. It's Bijan Robinson. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. Working quickly here. On 1st down, here's Penix. Fits it through the middle. A lot of mess on the move here. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Is in for the Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons start to fight back with their first points of this game. It's a Bijan Robinson touchdown. Young Hui Koo on for the point after. And that one is no good. Didn't even come very close to sneaking that one in, so leave that score as is. That lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. Raheem Blackshear now to return. He stopped on the return at the 27. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Come on, set. Red, yellow.
Shotgun snap now to Young. He puts some juice on a deep throw down the middle. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. So that brings up 2nd down.
You know, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
On 2nd and 10, Young gets this to Sanders. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Young on 1st and 10. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And the Falcons get it as he makes his 3rd interception in this game.
This is a time that the communication upstairs from the booth, Kate, down to the field, it starts to get just a little bit hot. These eyes in the sky, they've got to help this quarterback try to see the field, because right now, with the 3rd interception, man, he is killing his team.
The Falcons in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10. Pitts brings it in. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Xavier Woods up to make the tackle. We've hit the 2-minute warning now at the vault. The Falcons pushing for points. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Penix looking to pass. Completed over the middle. And they make the tackle at the 38. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him, only to drop your hips and cut right inside. It's a good work to help reset those chains.
And he's just spinning his wheels, man, this entire first half. They drop it behind the line. All right, here we go, 2nd down. They send a tight end in motion. 2nd and 13. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down. Penix now. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made. Now the Falcons trying to get everyone up and set here. Timeout called by Atlanta. That's going to be its second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Set now, 1st and 10. Play action, here's Penix. And oh, he got it! Interception! Look at Xavier Woods in there to pick it off. And the Panthers have it after forcing his 4th INT of the day.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. The Falcons take a timeout to their final one. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Drill green. Ready. Red. Cycle.
Sending a receiver left.
Hut, hut.
Throwing from near his own goal line. Finds a seam down the middle. The 40. At the 20. Touchdown, Carolina. The Panthers will add to their lead at the end of the half. That score was less about the throw, although it was good, partner, but it was more about getting it to somebody who knew exactly what to do with it.
Okay, it's a good thing the touchdown shows up on both their stat sheets, because sometimes, well, it's quarterback who delivers, and sometimes it's the effort after the catch that really makes the magic happen.
Point after from Pinheiro is up and good. And the Panthers lead by 15 now. Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. And no, you're not seeing things wrong, folks. They are, in fact, lining up to punt on first down. The play clock ran all the way down there, and this is going to cost the offense. A little slow to operate the offense, and they're going to back it up as a result of that penalty. So they should be a little prompter in snapping this, you'd hope, Brock, after that delay of game. Looking to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. That brings us to halftime. We'll get a break as our teams make their adjustments and then return with more of the NFL on EA Sports in just a little bit. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. McLeod now returning it. And this drive will start inside the 25. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Here's Penix to throw. He's in trouble and gets brought down again. Offense up to the line fast. After the sack, another pass on 2nd down. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete. That throw was looking for Kyle Pitts. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
Hey, Mr. Quarterback down there, that's a throw that's got to go somewhere else. Double coverage is waiting for it. QB super fortunate that ball wasn't picked. And incompletion, still pretty good for the defense, too.
Penix facing a 3rd and long. He'll get this complete to Mooney. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Offense in the hurry up here. Penix on 1st down. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. And again, it's Penix. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop it. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Trying again, following the set. That's brought in by Mooney. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Looking to throw on 3rd and 2. He lofts one deep, center of the field.
You know, there's not a lot of tight ends who are true weapons this far down the field. Not a lot of cover guys who can match up with him in terms of size. They tried to get it to him in a spot where he could win it. No connection to be made.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. Trying for it with Penix. Won't get this complete to Pitts. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. The right call came in at the right time. And a successful conversion on fourth.
I love those moments of truth. We get to see exactly how they handle it when all the pressure that drives right on them. Turns out, handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing on.
They're set up at the 35 now. They go play action. Here's Penix. And the man is there to knock that away. Couldn't find Kyle Pitts on that throw. So it's second down coming up.
I don't fault the look downfield at all. I mean, that's just a situation there where it's a better defensive play than the offense executing.
Connect on first, it's second down. They are throwing it again. Hits his running back. And able to get this down to the 15 before going out. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains. There wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. Play clock down to 0, and the flags come out. Man in motion wasn't set in time, just couldn't get a snap away before the play clock expired. Set him back 5, it's 1st and 15 after the penalty. Penix now to throw. And they pick him off again. And the Panthers get it back as he intercepts him for the 2nd time this game. Oh, man, Brock, they decided to air it out in pursuit of a touchdown that time, but it's intercepted, and the visit to the red zone comes up empty.
And that one stings, Kate. It really does. You have a limited opportunity that looks in that close, particularly as we get through the second half. The ones you get, you have to finish with points.
Here's Young on 1st and 10. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down.
Here we go, set. Cut.
Young working from the gun. On the quick slant, it's Leggett. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that gain. D. Alford getting there for the stop.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason this is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Now we get a timeout by the Panthers. It's their first. As that'll leave them with just 2 to use the rest of the way. Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7.
Let's go now. Check, huh?
Shotgun snap now to Young. Catch is made down the right sideline. Down to the 10. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Carolina. The Panthers push their lead further to start the half. Xavier Leggett with the touchdown. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
That one right down the middle. And the Panthers grow the lead now to 22 points. Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Able to hit Robinson. Complete. And what a hit there. Ouch. She pays the price for moving the chains that time.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute it.
And as that one winds up incomplete, it brings us to the end of the 3rd quarter. So we hit the end of the 3rd quarter. It's Falcons football, but here in the 4th, that lead might be too much to overcome. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Robinson on the inside give. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Working quickly here. Here he is to throw on 3rd and 2. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And that leaves them with a decision to make on 4th and short. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
Shakes himself. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Hey, Kate, I think we know that the quarterback's a demanding position because not only do you have to have a clock in your head, but you've got to have a spatial awareness of where you are on the field. And once you start retreating, going backward and backward and backward, you got to just fling the ball in the stands. Otherwise, well, you take a huge negative sack like that.
They motion the slot man right. Another try following the sack. And they pick him off again. And the Falcons have it after forcing his 4th INT of the day. Well, Brock, it has been a special day for this defense when it comes to forcing turnovers. Big play after big play, and that is their 4th interception of this contest.
Special for the defense and an absolute nightmare for a quarterback. 1 interception, it sticks with you all week long. But throwing 4, he probably wishes he could be anywhere else on earth other than this field right now.
Throwing all the way to the end zone here. That's much too high and out of the end zone. Incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
That's somebody they're going to look for if he has any space deep. That space, though, Kate, just disappeared between when he let that pass go and when he actually made it down the field.
The lateral goes haywire. Live ball. And they scoop it up. Time to push for the line. And this is a huge loss on the play. Offense up to the line fast. They'll run the draw with Robinson. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. They'll run it with Robinson. Oh, he gets clobbered behind the line. And he is stopped a long ways from that line to gain. They force a turnover on downs.
50% hit rate on 4th down, while not horrible, to me signifies something even more important, Kate. And that's that this offense is going to continue to be aggressive. It's been their mindset throughout, and I don't think it's going to change anytime soon.
Set, ready, field, black. Ready, ready.
Young on 1st and 10. Finds Sanders. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Hut, hut.
To the air on 1st down. Young. Little off center. His man just couldn't adjust to it. Looking for his wide receiver there. And it sets up 2nd down.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
On 2nd and 10, Young. And he will score. It's a Carolina touchdown. The Panthers put up even more points in a win. Quite the strike to his tight end, and the patience he showed waiting for that to break open. That was awesome, and it's rewarded with 6.
You know, it should be simple, Kate, right? In philosophy, it should be simple. Just plaster that big guy. Throw bodies at him in coverage, but stopping a tight end near the end zone is anything but simple with how deceptively good they are as route runners and finding that football when it arrives.
Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Play action. Here's Penix. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Offense in the hurry up here. Here we go. 2nd and very long. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes. And your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
There was a blitz coming, and that got somebody to panic and jump early. It cost him 5 yards. Backed up now after the penalty. It's 3rd down. Throwing Penix. He's going deep this time. And they really went for it on 3rd down, didn't they? But the heave falls incomplete. Now they're facing 4th down.
Hey, Mr. Quarterback, that's a throw that's got to go somewhere else. Double coverage was waiting for him. Thinking interception to be had. And incompletion is still pretty good for the defense.
Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. Fits it through the middle. And they can't jump to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. From the shotgun, Penix. He gets a lot behind one. Deep downfield. And this is going to end up incomplete. Really aired it out there on 1st down, but just couldn't make the connection. Woo, very fortunate that didn't go as a turnover. And now it's 2nd down. Penix here from the gun. Got it, man. Robinson has it. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. 3rd down, 1 yard to go. And again, it's Penix. Trying to push it deep downfield. Oh, no, they get him yet again. Look at Xavier Woods in there to pick it off. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Let's go. Flag blue. Fuse yellow. Blaster six. Rail yellow.
Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. Big gain downfield. Reaches the 40. Hits the 20. And stop me if you've heard this before, Brock. They've scored again, and they grow that lead further. The Panthers keep running away with this. That is his 6th passing score of the game. A lot of quarterbacks could go several weeks without throwing that many touchdowns. And now, keep in mind, he's only one off the NFL record of 7 in a single game. Pinheiro good on the extra point. And the Panthers continue piling on to this lead. Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Now Carolina's going to take a timeout. That's its 2nd. And they'll take this opportunity to discuss what's next over on their sideline. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. Gotta hurry this to the line. On second down, Robinson. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. The defense takes its third and final timeout. Third down, it's Penix. He has the first over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Penix now on first down. Throwing deep for the end zone. And the defender coming away with it. And the Panthers have it again after yet another interception.
You know, my dad was my old high school coach. He's a play caller. He's an offensive guy. And after days like this, and I remember one in particular, he'd say, son, some days peanuts, some days shells. This has been nothing but a bunch of shells for this quarterback today.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Come on, set. Drill green.
They send a man in motion.
Ready?
Wow, they're going to pass it here. Now this is intercepted. That is back-to-back passes. That's Justin Simmons. And the Falcons bring it all the way back inside the red zone before he's finally hauled down. Well, they had the advantage for a moment, Brock, but turns out that is all just that moment because they throw an interception to give the ball right back.
And for once, both coaches on both sidelines are preaching the same message. Take care of the ball. Not often you see back-to-back plays end in interceptions, and we're right back to where we were just a couple moments ago.
And they get this down to the 7-yard line. The Falcons spend the first of their 3 timeouts. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. 4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Penix working from the gun. And in for the Atlanta touchdown. Now the Falcons offense staying on the field, lining up to go for 2. He's throwing for it. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Ooh, whether they got it or not there, Brock, not going to make too many friends going for 2 in that situation.
Yeah, sure felt less about whether they're successful or not, and more just about the fact they don't care. I'll tell you what, they may forget about it. Those guys on the other side, they won't. And they'll remember it the next time they line up against each other.
Now to kick it away, here's Pinion. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Here we go. Here we go. Black shot. Blue striker.
Receiver in motion, going left.
Ready.
Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And the Falcons are going to have possession at their own 46.
I think it's safe to say his day is beyond repair now, if it wasn't long ago. He just hasn't been reading these coverages at all, and it's clearly not on the same page with his receivers. I think it really is now time to think about his confidence for future games and get him out of this ball game.
Penix on first down. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. They get it right back. That's intercepted. And the Panthers have it again after yet another interception.
That throw has got to be the last we've seen of him this contest. I'm just not sure how they leave him in when the defense is clearly all over whatever he's trying to throw. The amount of frustration he is feeling is only going to lead to additional miscues. Please, for the love of God, take this man out.
So good field position for the Panthers. Starting this drive, 1st and 10.
Ready. 6. Madden. Claws raised. Hut, hut.
Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. He lets one fly deep downfield. That'll be incomplete, and the clock shows 10 seconds left. Tough one to retain through that hit. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
Free play here. Let's see what he does. This one won't be reeled in, but they had that green light to take the shot, and they did. Looked like somebody on the defense jumped the snap. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down.
You yellow. Blaster, 6. Smith, red. Hut.
Out of the gun, Young. He beams one deep right side. Brought in inside the 20. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down. So the Panthers pick up the win here. And Brock, we all know any win is a good win, but playing against a division rival, oh, it always feels so much better dealing them one in the L column.
These are the teams that know you best, Kate, but also the ones that you know best. So, yes, it is just a little bit sweeter when you take care of business in your own division.